Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with it. We're on our 7th video of the capio.systems tutorial. We're going to pick up right where we left off on the last video. We had administered the test to myself, Matthew Clark. We took the test, and now we're back to the to the teacher's perspective here. And so that, as a teacher, you've decided you want to go ahead and grade the tests. We gave it a 60-minute duration, so you actually know that the students no longer have access to the test because the duration was set to 60 minutes. I can confirm that right here. But sometimes this is an optional entry, so some assignments are going to be have an unlimited duration, and you're going to tell your students a due date. So when you go ahead to the gradings tab, you see here all your admins. In order to ensure that while you're grading the exam or the assignment that the students don't have access to it, you're going to go ahead and lock the exam. And so when you do that, you can be certain that no student has access to the exam or the assignment. The gradings tab has 3 subviews. This is the list view. It's going to list all of your admins. Notice that they're disabled here because these are specific to a specific admin. So the only way to get to this here is to click here. Notice the icon here is the same as this. But you're going to have all your admins listed out here, and so this view is specific to a particular admin. So when we click on this, and let me say one more thing. When this is unlocked, this is disabled. There's no way to go and do the grading for an exam that's unlocked. It could really mess things up if you have students manipulating the data at the same time that the teacher's grading it. So you got to lock it, and when you lock it, it's going to go ahead and make this button available. And so when you click on it, you'll notice that we've navigated to this view now. At the top here, it's telling you what particular test we're dealing with. And right here, all your students that took the exam are going to be listed out. And it's just for this particular exam. The 3 check marks here are good. Now we know that Matt Clark did indeed click on the test link. Right here is where we can assign a letter grade. We're not going to do that yet because we haven't graded the test. When this is left a dash, the student does not have access to their exam results. If I were to go and change his grade to a B here, that opens up the door. Now, and I'm going to show you this in a later video, but Matthew Clark can go retrieve his exam results, which would be a bad thing because we haven't graded the exam. So we leave this on the dash until we are ready to release the exam to the students and let them know what their score was. The percentage correct that they get on the exam is going to show up right here after we grade it. And to grade his exam, we're going to click on the pencil here. The 4 right here tells you how many questions are on the exam. For multiple choice questions where each question is worth 1 point, it'll also be equivalent to the number of points on the exam. So let's go ahead and grade Matthew Clark's exam by clicking on this button here, and that's going to take you from this view to this view, and you'll notice Matthew Clark's name is up at the top here, telling us that we are actually looking at Matthew Clark's exam. This is just the first page, so there isn't anything here. So let's go to the next page, and you're going to see something. You're going to see Matthew Clark's exam here, but at the bottom you're going to see a form for scoring his exam. Because this is a multiple choice exam, it is automatically scored, and he got a 0 here. You can see the correct answer here in bold, and you can actually see his response here and verify that indeed he got the incorrect answer. The system assumes that the point value for this question is 1. You can go ahead and change this. If we were to go ahead and change this to a 5, you only have to do that once, and if we were to grade another student's for the same exam, this 5 will automatically show up. If I did want to make this a 5-point question, I would actually, when I created the question, I would notify the student of that. So it might say 5 points here so that they know that it's worth more than the other questions. But let's just go ahead and leave it a 1 for now. Down here you see some information here. This is the exact date and time that this particular question was answered by the student. This is the IP address of the student's computer where he answered the question. And this is the location of the student's computer, his latitude and longitude, which you can actually see on Google Maps, the location of the student. All of this data right here is for exam security purposes, and it's going to be used to sniff out cheating. But we're not going to go over that in detail right now. So let's continue grading the exam and go to the next question. And you can see he got this question correct, and the exam automatically gave him 1 point. Going to the next question. He got this question correct, scored 1 point. Next question. He got this one wrong. It gives him a 0. And then the last page is going to give you his score. So he got 2 correct. There was 4 possible, and the percentage is 50%. That looks good, so we're going to go ahead and save the result. When you save the result, it's going to go take us back to the previous view. So it just took us from the grading view here to the roster view, and it put the 50% right here. Okay. So so now you want to go. So now you probably continue going through all your students and grading their exams. When you are ready to release the exam to the students so that they can get their test results, that's when you want to go ahead and sign the grade. So unfortunately, Mr. Clark here got an F. You can also, if it's just an assignment or for whatever reason you don't want to give out letter grades, the no grade here is just a way to just to say that it wasn't graded, even though it was. But just if you don't want to give a letter grade, but still the student will have access to the his exam results if you assign this value. Like I said, if you don't want them to have access to the exam results until a later date, then you're just going to leave it as a dash until you're ready to release the results. So let's go ahead and give him his F. And yeah, so we've worked our way through we're almost done here. We've worked our way through the whole process. You know, we created a course, we added students to the course, we added questions to an exam. We administered an exam to one student in one of the courses. The student took the exam, we graded the exam, and so the last thing here is the students want to know how they did. So we're gonna switch perspectives here and pretend that we're the student now, and we'll go ahead and log out. So the student doesn't need an account. You know, they can just access, you know, the home page here, and there's a student button up here, and all the student needs to do is click on that button and enter their email address. And it gives them a success message and tells them to check their email. So let's go and check my email and see what it says. And they're going to get an email that has a lot of information in it. So I've been using this email account on other accounts for different exams. That's why you see so many here. But it's going to give them a list of all the exams or assignments or tests that this particular student is scheduled with all the teachers on Cap.io, not just one teacher. It could be all the teachers. If this email address is associated with a scheduled exam, the student's going to see it here, and they can click on that to go ahead and get the schedule for the particular exam. And then underneath that, they're going to have exam results. And so this is the one that we just graded. You know, as you see here, I scored 2 out of a 4 and was given an F. And so yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else. I think we did it. We got all the way through the system. I'm going to go ahead and make some other videos. I think, for example, I'm going to show you guys how to do mathematical equations if you're a math teacher. We're going to look at the creating exhibits on the questions tab. We're going to look at creating a reading passage that refers to multiple questions. I'm also going to make a video about your account and the cost of capio and how to estimate the cost. Anyways, thanks for going through my tutorials. I hope you liked it. I would greatly appreciate any kind of feedback. You can always email me at matt@pendolicivil.com, or you can email. You can go to the support section of the application and send me an email to support@capio.systems. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. Goodbye.